I'm Angie.
And I'm Lou.
We're Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat. Today, we are fulfilling a promise that we made to you guys.
Alright, so a few weeks, maybe months. Maybe
We're a little behind with videos.
Maybe a year ago.
A few Tuesday Talk videos ago.
Several Tuesdays ago, we discussed van lifing, and we discussed that I had come up with some sort of design for a van. Since then, I've come up with many more designs. I have a lot of free time.
We asked you guys if you wanted to see her idea, and a lot of you surprisingly said yes.
Right.
So
you indulged me, and so here I am now, sharing my design.
So she perfected it and perfected it.
Yeah, still perfecting it.
All right, so let's go ahead and show you the design on paper and even put it out for you on the floor with tape.
Right? Yeah, so we're gonna give you three different views. We're gonna give you the drawing that I made. We're gonna tape it out on the floor, and I'm going to put something together on Photoshop that looks like a little, I don't know, image, cartoony. I don't know what to call it.
I don't know.
A little floor plan on Photoshop.
A visual.
Right.
Of what everything will look like.
Yeah, that'll be really pretty.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this.
Let's do this. Hi guys. So you're probably wondering how I came up with the design for the van, and it was a combination of things. One was that when I was in high school, I took an architectural drafting course that finally came to fruition, and I started drawing on a graph paper, and then the other one was getting the dimensions correctly, and then from there going online, like to IKEA, going you know, trying to figure out what we needed. I need more than Angie, so I needed to figure out how much I needed and how much I could fit in it. So this is what I put together on paper. I also have it on, I did it on Photoshop also, and Angie will share those images with you.
Clips.
It looks a lot nicer on Photoshop. But anyways, so yeah, this is the graph paper that I'm using, and the scale is every 4 of these cubes is 1 foot. So that's my scale, and it is 9 feet 6 inches this way, and 5 feet 5 inches this way. And these are the dimensions that we got recently from someone that has been very helpful to us. And so based on those dimensions, the bed is going to be, when it's fully extended, it covers the ottomans. So under here there'll be a sheet of plywood that slides out and sits on top of the ottomans and completes the bed for night sleeping, or day sleeping in my case. And the piece of foam that is cut out serves as a backrest back here across the way during the day. These are the ottomans, and like Angie mentioned, we don't know if we're going to buy these already because there's ottomans everywhere and it might be the easiest solution, or if we're going to build them in. I kind of like the idea of buying them instead of building them, because that way I can move them anywhere around. So over here on this side where the passenger seat is and the driver's seat is, and we're considering making swivel seats, I could always take this ottoman, move it over here, and use it as a recliner. So I really like that idea. Right now we're considering the ottomans for laundry. I don't even know if that's going to be big enough. And you can see the dimensions in here. So these ottomans are estimated to be 18 by 18, 18 inches by 18 inches. You have a cutting board that's next to the Camp Chef. These dimensions for the Camp Chef I got off of Amazon, so you can't hold me to it. I don't know if that's the box dimension or the actual dimension, but that's what I have, and that's what I have to go with. And then next to it would be like a cutting area or a cutting board. These two things are going to be a height of 36 inches. So that means that this one has 36 inches of storage below it. It could be shelves or drawers. This one, on the other hand, because of the height, is only going to have 4 inches in height of storage and the length of this of storage. So probably, according to this, 24 inches of length and 4 inches in height of storage. Over here on this side is the other ottoman, 18 by 18. This is the toilet or the storage or the porta potty. And this is 2 by 2, 24 inches by 24 inches. No door. It has a curtain instead, and we'll be able to have some storage here because this goes all the way up into the high top of the van. So that means that it'll have some storage on the top for toiletries, toilet paper, etc. Next to it is a sink. We're estimating the sink, all this from here to here is 24 inches, 2 feet from here to here in width, and then this is the entire length here that holds these 3 items: the bathroom, the sink, and storage areas. So this is the sink in here, which this is a guesstimation. We don't know what size the sink is going to be, but I'm guesstimating this is an average size that we can get our hands on, and whatever's left over will become a skinny version of a counter, and beneath it, again, because these shelves are 36 inches in height, we'll have storage beneath it. It could be small drawers, it could be open shelves. It's going to turn out to be whatever Angie wants. And then above these areas, from here, so this area here is the part that I was talking about that is storage above the bed. So when we cut out the top of the van, it'll be cut out all the way to the edge here, all the way to the edge here, and then we'll leave a lip over here, which we haven't decided what the length of that will be, but the width will be completely across, and that'll be over the bed storage. Then from where this ends, we'll create upper head storage, open upper head storage. It'll end where the toilet where the bathroom is, because that wall goes all the way up. And then it begins again over here, across here. The driver's side seat is here, so it'll go across here. And on this side, the storage, again, overhead, comes up to here. And this will go all the way up until here, because the door opens. So wherever the door opens, these are the 2 doors here, one on this side, one on this side, and they open this way and that way. So wherever this door ends is where the shelving ends across here. There's some more shelving going on over here. And over here we estimate about 2 feet of walking space, more or less. This is about 18 inches to come in, and this is about 2 feet all the way here. And I think that's about it. I think that's what I came up with.
The overhead storage in the cab.
Right, so then this ends here, and what begins here is the seat for the passenger is right here, and the seat for the driver is right here. And so above this area, when we cut out the van for the high top, the same thing we're doing here, that we're leaving a lip over here, we'll leave this area, where the back of the seats start, all the way to the front of the windshield, will be upper storage up here. So above us, when we're sitting driving, above us will be storage. So we'll have storage over here above us. We'll have storage on the bed above us. We'll have some shelving, open shelving here, and under the bed. So for a small space, it has a lot of storage.
So we went ahead and taped out the floor, like the pros.
Right. Right.
And we want to show you the floor plan here in our little apartment. I guess trying to decide what the van will be like.
Yeah, so I was watching a video with Joni, the Galavan girl, and she was interviewing these very professional van builders. I don't know what to call them.
Yeah, I
guess, right?
converters. I don't know.
Van
Yeah.
converters, something like that. And because I'm like obsessed watching all kinds of things right now.
Yeah.
And they were saying that a lot of people that hire them to do the van conversion or the van build up, they've seen a lot of things on Pinterest and they've seen a lot of things on IG, and they think that all that can happen. So when they come into the shop to talk to them, they tape down the floor with the actual measurements and versus what they have in their mind.
Right.
So we're kind of doing the same thing.
To see if it's realistic.
Yeah. To my credit, I started doing it before I saw that video.
Yeah.
It's not my idea, but I
Yeah.
started doing it before.
You did.
Just because I was curious, and so now we're a little closer to the actual dimensions because we had someone contact us and give us
The measurements of the van.
proper inside dimensions of a Chevy Express or Econoline 150 cargo van, not the extended versions, just a regular size. And so now we have the actual measurements, and our taping is a little off.
A tad bit, I think by like 2 inches or so.
But it'll
because
give you
of
a
the
general
space
understanding
we
of
have in
what we're
here.
thinking about.
Yeah.
It'll definitely define the spaces, and we might be off by maybe an inch or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
so
check out this floor plan.
let's look at it.
Okay, so first things first. These 2 little marks that you see here are actually the barn doors. So they're going to open out, and the one to our left is going to be basically in front of the kitchen so that there is vent in front of like the stove area. Whereas this little section is the walk-in area. So let's walk into our possible tiny home on wheels van conversion. So we come in, and then this is all walkway, the entrance and then across. Before I get into what's going on over here, or Lou gets into what's going on over here, let's talk about the bed. So I love Lou's idea about the bed. It's this rectangular section that you see back here. Yes, it looks small, but it kind of isn't. It's gonna be somewhat of a day bed in the daytime. Lou is gonna put hinges in the middle where it's gonna be able to sit up, and it can serve as a couch in the daytime where we can just lounge and hang out. It's also gonna serve as sitting the other way. So if we have a beautiful beach view, mountain view, whatever, we can open up the back barn doors and just hang out on the couch here and enjoy the view. Now, as for the bed, when that's laying down completely, she's gonna have a section that's basically gonna be like, I forget what it's called, basically wood.
It's going to slide under. It's just a piece of wood, an extra piece of wood that will slide under the mattress.
It's gonna be under, and then it's gonna slide out over these sections that we'll talk about in a second. And the cushion is actually gonna be cut and put back here on the daybed as almost like a backrest. So at nighttime when we're ready to sleep, we take the cushion from there, put it on top of the wood that's gonna be here. So now it's a full size, almost a queen, right? It's just gonna be a little off.
Yeah, it's in between a queen and a full.
So let's do an example of laying down. So laying down, we're basically, at least for me, I can lay completely down here and it'll be fine. Because remember, the bed's going to be over this. And the same for the other side. I'm short enough to be able to be in here. Right?
Right.
Alright. So, there is the entrance of our van.
I think Dee Dee's trying out was trying out the bed with you too.
She wants to, she doesn't like laying on the bed anymore.
I know, but she was trying it out. She was just confirming that it's going to work.
So let's get out of the bed area. These 2 squares that you see on this side, they're both 18 by 18. And we're still uncertain whether we're going to buy ottomans that are pre-made, but I think we're leaning towards building it ourselves, where it'll be sort of like a bench, a seat, an ottoman, a storage, as long as it's portable. So basically wood coming up, inside's going to be storage with the cushion on top to sit on. And we can, each have another additional seating space. When we have company, and this is as a daybed, we have areas for them to sit here as well. Not to mention swivel seats, which we're considering in the front, but I'm ahead of myself. So yeah, those two are ottomans, bench style seating with storage. I'm gonna let Lou tell you what's going on up here in the front.
So I'm walking into the van just as Angie did, and behind me is one barn door, and there's another barn door over here that opens as well if you want to open it. And on this side we would have the stove, and the stove we're considering is the Camp Chef stove and oven. It's actually like a mini stove that you would have, maybe like a Coleman gas stove, propane stove that you would have, but it has an oven on the bottom, and it works on propane, and I need an oven.
She needs me to make her them keto cheesecakes.
So the stove is here with a purpose, because the second barn door, when it opens, if we're somewhere where we can actually open both doors, and Angie's cooking or I'm cooking, it can vent out. Yeah. So that's the reason why the stove is here now. Next to the stove is a cutting board, or a cutting area.
Right.
I don't know what to call it. And beneath it, there's storage. So you can have storage. These cabinets are probably going to be about 36 inches in height, which from my research is about the average size of the height of a cabinet in the kitchen. So with 36 inches of storage all the way down, although it seems very small, it could work out very well. The stove, on the other hand, is probably not going to have much storage. The maximum storage it'll have is like 4 inches under. That's the clearance of the stove. So it's going to be a very skinny area, maybe about 2 feet in length, but in height it'll be about 4 inches. So then over here, this square right here, this is the porta potty, which we've made it very luxurious. It's now going to be 2 feet by 2 feet, and we're estimating the walls come all the way up. And remember guys, we're considering putting a high top on this, so this will actually go above me, all the way to the ceiling. And so there's just a regular porta potty, like a Camco 2.6, 2.5 gallon potty. And then we'll be able to use the top of it for storage, like bathroom storage, you know, toiletries, and toilet paper, and wipes, and all kinds of things like that. This won't have a front door, this will have a curtain, but not a front door. And then next to it, very appropriately so, will be the sink. So Angie or I can get from the stove to the sink relatively easy, and you can get out of the bathroom and use the sink as well. So this is the space we've allocated for the sink, and then next to it again we're going to have like a very skinny storage that'll go 36 inches in height all the way down, right in here. And this is behind the driver's seat right here. So the driver's seat is here and the passenger seat is here. And like Angie mentioned earlier, we are definitely, it's a strong yes on those swivel seats. We want to have as much seating as possible, so that you can rotate around. In my opinion, if you're in a small area and you can sit in different places, you're going to feel more comfortable, you're going to feel like it's more spacious. That's my opinion. So that's about it. And then with these new measurements, we actually have between, here we have about 2 feet, and here we have about 20 inches of walking space, which originally with the measurements that I had, the dimensions I had before this, it was a lot tighter. It was more like just these 2 blocks right here.
Yeah.
So this is truer to the correct band dimensions. And again, this is the regular length. If we happen to find an extended version one, I mean, I think we can roller skate inside.
Alright, so I hope you liked Lou's design as much as I do. I think it's perfect. I love it.
And if you don't, be kind. If you have any mean thoughts, please, by all means, keep them to yourselves. I'm sensitive, so, you know.
This isn't etched in stone, guys. This is an idea.
Yep.
We still might do RV life. We might do van life. Lou even started talking about fifth wheeling, and that was nowhere in the plans. So since we still have some time ahead of us to make our purchase, we're talking about all options.
Remember that our goal is really spring 2020, and so that's a few months away. So I think that the right thing to do is to consider everything.
Well, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys. For holding it.
Every time I look over, I see Lexi staring at me.
You want to come talk on the video with us? Let's come say goodbye. Come say goodbye on the video. Come say goodbye because you didn't come. You weren't sitting with us.
She was going to. She wanted to.
We're good.
Are we in?
Yeah.